What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our Week 5 battle. I think this is technically now Week 5 in the EBL with all these 420 and below base stat total mons. We are currently 2-2. We are undefeated personally since we have picked up this team. And this week we are taking on a team who appears to be winless as of now. It doesn't seem like he has picked up any wins. I don't know if the doc's been updated with the most recent week yet. I don't know if he's played his Week 4 game yet. I'm actually recording this pretty early. But, yeah, he is currently, as of this moment, winless. And feeling kind of confident about this one, but I'm not going to underestimate anybody, because anybody can win any time. So, not going to underestimate him, but he is the, I don't know what his name is, but he's the coach of the Victorian Vespiquens. So, quite a cool team name, actually. I actually kind of really like that team name. And his team consists of Hakamo'o, Boldor, Nidorino, Machoke, Tortuga, and his EBL users, which are Carvanha, Pikachu, which can also be a Z Crystal user, so he's either going to be Light Ball, Z, or Eviolite, so he has a lot of options there, so it's really, really terrifying. Slugma, Shuppet, Tortuga, Curlia, who's his other Z user, and Solosis. So, looking at his team, a couple things to note. Hakamo, kind of annoying. I don't know if it got the same support that Kamo got with move tutors in this generation, but if it did, it could be kind of annoying. Boldor, very bulky, good hazards, good stealth rock setter, but really nothing much else there. It didn't get the ability to set sand like its evolved form did, so not really too worried about that. Nidorino with hustle is kind of annoying, but like it kind of has to set up a home clause before it can be super threatening, and it's not that fast, so I'm not too worried about Nidorino. Like, I can really handle it. I have a couple mods on my team that can definitely bulk a hit from Nidorino without really any too many issues. Machoke. Machoke's kind of annoying. It's kind of the same issue we have with Girder last week, where it's just a really strong fighting type that can just smack up a lot of members of our team. So we're going to have to be really careful with how we deal with Machoke, but it's also pretty slow, so we can break through that fairly easy, but hopefully it ends up not being too bad. Tortuga and Slugma both are Shell Smash users, which I do expect him to potentially bring one of them with Shell Smash, so that could be a thing. Granted, thankfully their maxed out speeds aren't that fast, so any Scarfer we bring, plus we do have a mon that actually outspeeds them naturally, we can handle that situation pretty easily. It's just a matter of dealing with Tortuga's priority, but I'm not too worried about that. Let's see what else we got. Shuppet, I'm not worried about. Curly, I'm not worried about. Solosis could be annoying to a small extent, but like it's really weak. Even setting up calm mines and stuff, it's really weak and doesn't appreciate getting knocked off. So I'm going to have to definitely preserve my Krokorok, which you can see on the screen there, as well as one of my other mons on my team that can do a lot of damage to it really quickly. And then just the Pikachu. The Pikachu and the Carvanha, I think, are the two most threatening mons he has. Pikachu just hits stupid hard with Light Ball. With a Z move, could be kind of annoying, but like I don't see, like if he brings Z, he's not going to have the damage output. Z or EVL, he's not going to have the damage output that he kind of needs from the Light Ball, in my opinion. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm not too worried about this matchup, to be fair. I kind of feel bad saying that, but he is winless. He hasn't beaten anyone else at all, and we've beaten everyone we've faced since we got here, so I might be getting a little bit overconfident, but I think, again, I'm not going to go into this thinking like I'm just going to get an easy win. Like, I'm still going to have to play my best to win this one. So, as you can see on the screen there, though, we have our Krokorok liability with Intimidate, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Crunch. I just realized I brought 2 Stealth Rockers to this game. We're going to have to change this on here. We're just going to change this quickly to Gonna move this over here so I can actually look at it. Gonna move this over here so I can look at it. Yoink. Yeah. Instead of Stealth Rock on Pineco, we're gonna go with blah, 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 blah. Something that actually just isn't, like, something that's not just Rapid Spin. I'm gonna go with a nice clean Earthquake. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Earthquake because it hits a lot of things on his team. So we're gonna go with that. But anyway, back to Krokorok. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Crunch. Max attack, enough speed to outspeed majority of his team. The only thing on his team that outspeeds us is Pikachu and Slugma slash Tortuga after Shell Smashes. But he has to Shell Smash first, and he'd have to Shell Smash in front of us in order to allow that, because I won't allow him that opportunity. Earthquake hits pretty much everything on his team hard, like really hard. The only thing on his team that avoids Earthquakes is the Shuppet with the Levitate. Besides that, I can hit him really, really hard with Earthquakes on pretty much all of his mons. Nothing really takes it. Like, even the Boldore, which doesn't get Eviolite, like, it can take it. It has really decent defensive stats, but it's not going to appreciate it a lot. So, that's something to note. Also, Nidorino gets nuked. This thing's actually a really good switch into Nidorino, because either A, it's going to miss an attack from Hustle, B, this cancels out the attack boost from Hone Claws, and C, I'm faster, so I can just Earthquake it anyway. So, that's really, really cool to note. Also, actually, as I go along, unless I have to be female, I'm gonna make... Hold on, let me look this up, because this could be something that screws me over. It almost screwed me over once before. Deals more Pokemon damage to the Pokemon of the same gender. Got it. So, for this game, due to the fact that Nidorino can have Rivalry, let me just actually double check and make sure that I'm not wrong. Poison Point, Rivalry, and I know he gets Hustle as his hidden ability. But yeah. Because I had an instance before where I faced a Rivalry Haxorus, somebody who was just really bad. And it did way more damage to one of my mons than it was supposed to, and then the only reason I was able to win the game was because my opponent did have Rivalry and didn't do as much damage to one of my mons as it should have, and I was actually able to pick up the kill against it. If I had... What happened was, like, my Weavile was female instead of male like I normally make it. I had forgotten to do so, and it was randomized to female, and that's the only reason I took the hit. So I'm going to make all of my mons female, since Nidorino can only be male. So that way, if he does decide to bring Rivalry just so he can hit hard, he's not going to get the extra damage boost on any of my mons. So that's going to be the plan with that. This is going to be the only week I'm going to do something like that, so it's going to be cool. It's kind of a little niche tech. We have the knockoff to get rid of Eviolites. The kind of crazy thing is, half his Shuppet's weak to... A lot of his Eviolite mons are actually weak to knockoff, and Curly is not, but like Curly is also like really weak on the physical defense side, so like it definitely won't take it well. And Solosis like won't appreciate it at all. And then I have Crunch. Crunch is for like if I hit something with a knockoff and it's just out of range of knockoff after I get rid of its item, then I can go for Crunch instead and kill it. Like that's just the reason that's there. The reason I have the Pasho Berry is because I outspeed Carvanha, so he'd have to protect in front of me to get a speed boost or something. And I have the Pasho, so I can like either A, knock it off, or B, just hit it with an Earthquake immediately after it goes for that protect. So even if it gets a speed boost, it's not going to be able to kill me immediately with a Waterfall, and I can then take a hit off of it. That's the entire reason for this. If he doesn't bring Carvanha, then this Pasho is completely useless. But it could also be for the Tortuga. If the Tortuga gets a Shell Smash up, it would have to go, I'd be able to take a hit from that and be able to hit it with an Earthquake. right back, and that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that's the plan with this mon. Next mon is going to be the most prominent member of our team this week, is going to be Nappy Angst the Haunter. And the reason I have called it Nappy Angst is because it's a teenager, and I'm going to make it a female right now. Yoink. And I've been bouncing between 2 different sets for this mon all night while I've been prepping. Literally bounce between the same, like it's the same 4 moves. Energy Ball, Giga Drain, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam. The only reason I have both Energy Ball and Giga Drain is just because of lack of anything else to give it. And because Energy Ball will do slightly more to Boldore in the long run. That's literally the only reason. Like, I have Giga Drain so I can hit the Tortuga, so I can, like, get HP back from it. But I have the Energy Ball for hitting, like, the Boldore and shit. The reason I have Grassy MZ right now is because it does slightly more to Carvanha, because I expect Carvanha to protect in front of this thing, trying to get a speed boost up. And, that's all well and good. This is fine. I expect him to do that. But, I was going to go for the Grassium on him. And the only way he lives this is if he actually does bring Eviolite, which I personally don't think he will do. I personally think he would bring it Life Orb or something along those lines, which is actually why I think I'm going to go with Fairy MZ for the Dazzling Gleam. Fairy MZ on the Dazzling Gleam. Because Fairy MZ also allows me to nuke potential AV Machoke, and allows me to have something else to hit. Well, I actually don't really need to use Fairy MZ on Hakamo'o. Hakamo'o should just die straight out to a Fairy move at all, any effort. But we're running just max special attack, and we're running enough speed to actually outspeed a +2 Slugma, if he brings that, just in case. Slugma's super weak, Spit F-wise, so I can literally just smack it with a Shadow Ball and just probably knock it out for the most part. Even if he's Eviolite, because he's going to be like -1 Spit F from the Shell Smash if he's Eviolite, which is really cool. So we have that as an option. Next up, we have Vermilion R Floette, Wish, Protect, Moonblast, Giga Drain, Max HP, Max Fizz Def, with the Kebia Berry. Let's just go through the set. We have obviously physically defensive, so we can eat hits from things like the Hakamo'o, the Nidorino, Boldore, the Carvanha, shit like that. Especially since we already have high enough Spadef, we can still take hits from things like Pikachu on either side, as well as some of his more prominent special attackers. We have the Wish and Protect, so we can keep ourselves healthy, also maybe patch wishes into other mons on the team. We have Moonblast, so we can Oko the Hakamo'o and just hit things like the Carvanha super effectively, as well as the Machoke. And we have Giga Drain for something like the Tortuga or the Carvanha or whatever, or even the Boldore. The reason we have the Kebia Berry is because the Carvanha could be running like Poison Fang to try to break through this, something along those lines, or like Poison Jab on Hakamo'o. I don't know if Hakamo'o gets Poison Jab. Does Hakamo'o get Poison Jab? Hakamo'o Cerebi. First of all, does he get access to close combat now? As of Usum, he does get close combat now. Okay, that's one thing. He does get close combat. He does not appear to get Poison Jab. I'm liking it. He gets... No, that's Iron Defense, not Iron Tail. He does get Iron Tail, though. Do I think he can run Iron Tail? He's more likely to miss Iron Tail. I don't know. I still think I stand by my Kebia Berry. I stand by my Kebia. Actually, do I stand by my Kebia? Or do I want to go Babiri? I feel like going Babiri Berry is slightly better. Especially with Machoke. Machoke will probably go for a Bullet Punch. I'm gonna go for Babiri Berry. Babiri Berry could be more useful. I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm gonna roll with it. If it doesn't work out, oh well. But I think this set has good potential to do well. Next up, we have Derp, our Slowpoke, holding the Eviolite, running 212 in Spadef with 252 in HP. The 212 Spadef with 252 HP allows us to actually live a Thunderbolt from a Light Ball Pikachu, from a Timid Light Ball Pikachu, and we can just hit that thing back decently hard. We also do not get 2 KO'd by a Timid Max Special Attack +2 Slugma with HP Grass, which is his best move to really hit us after Shell Smashing. We also are bulky enough on the physical side that we can't be beat by a Shell Smash Tortuga either. We eat hits from pretty much everything on his team. We're running the 44 speed because this allows us to outpace things like the Bulldor and the Slowzus if they're not running speed investment, as well as the Slugma if it's not running speed. But if it's a Shell Smash variant, it's going to run speed, but just in case, we have that as an option. Scald, Toxic, Sligoff, and Psyshock, perfectly standard Slowpoke set. Scald and Psyshock dual stab, hit basically everything on their team. The only thing that resists both is the Carvanha, but Carvanha's hella frail, so it's not going to matter, and it can potentially get burned by the Scald. Sligoff will keep us healthy. Toxic for things to switch in on this, like the Carvanha and stuff like that. And then Psyshock for things like the Machoke or the Hakamo'o or something like that, and the Nidorino as well. So, just a good mon, very bulky, and can deal with a lot of members of my opponent's team very well. Next up, well, this has to be a she now. She this week has to come, and that is Graceland R Staravia, because this mon has been carrying our team on its beautiful, beautiful wings. This thing has slaughtered people every single week and has put in so much work for us. So, we're bringing in Scarf, Reckless, as usual, but a little bit different this week. Brave Bird, Double Edge, U-Turn, and Defog. We are actually able to run it Adamant based upon their speed tiers. The only mon on their team we can't outspeed is Pikachu. But with a Scarf, we will outspeed both mons after Shell Smashes and everything else on his team with Adamant. Adamant Brave Bird literally tears through everything that's not Bulldor and Tortuga. Literally tears through everything on their team. EBLites included, literally rips it in half, which is great. The only reason we have Double Edge is because he has Pikachu. And Pikachu does not appreciate an Adamant Double Edge from a Reckless Staravia. Does not appreciate it at all. I'm hoping he doesn't run Static, because if he runs Static, I'm going to be sad. Because if I get paralyzed, I'm going to cry. I will actually cry in the video. You will hear tears. We have U-Turn as well, so we can scout what his switch-ins might be to this. Obviously, it'll more likely be the Bulldor. He'll probably bring Rocky Helmet Bulldor, if anything. If he's smart, he'll bring Rocky Helmet Bulldor. Something along those lines, but let me have Defog, just in case he decides to set up hazards on us or something. We can defog them away if we've got the right situation to do so. It's just one form of hazard removal. It's literally just because there's nothing else to put on this Staravia this week, to be honest. To be fair, I have Rapid Spin here, so I might just switch this to Toxic. Because I'd rather not take the Rocky Helmet damage from Bulldor, and I can Toxic it on switch-ins or whatever. Because that's literally the only thing on his team besides Pikachu that switches in. And if I can Toxic Pikachu, that'd be even cooler. I'd like to Toxic Pikachu or Tortuga. I'll Toxic all of them. That's fine with me. I'm down. But, so we have that. That's a thing. Now, last mon is going to be Conehead or Pineco. You saw him earlier. Literally running the exact same spread as Slowpoke with the EBLite. Literally, I'm just running the Spidef so that I can actually take hits from Pikachu. Maybe take a hit from Slugma. I'm sturdy, obviously, so literally this thing's going to be my lead. I'm going to set up spikes. I'm going to try to set up spikes so I can, get some spikes damage on a few things. His hazard removal isn't spectacular. His literally only hazard removal is Tortuga. So if I can get a few layers of spikes, that can really pressure that as well. We have Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards on our side of the field. We have Toxic to whittle down anything he brings in on us. And then Earthquake, I just added a few minutes ago because it actually hits the majority of his team pretty well. It hits things like Nidorino, Bulldor, hits the Pikachu, hits the Slugma and the Tortuga. It just hits everything for the most part. I'm literally completely walled out by Shuppet, but I don't really care. I don't know if he'll bring Shuppet or not, because I do have, Haunter, but Who knows? But with that though, we're going to get into the match right here. If you guys enjoyed this, stick around. We're going to hop into battle now. Let's go! Alrighty guys, we are here for our match against the Victorian Vespiquens here. He decided to bring his Pikachu, Machoke, both of his potential Shell Smashers in Tortuga and Slugma. Then he also brought his Nidorino and the Carvanha. So, right off the bat here, I was thinking, looking at his team, the thing I have that could put the most offensive pressure on early would be my Haunter, because I can hit pretty much every one of his potential leads extremely hard, and due to the fact that I'm holding a Z Crystal, knockoff from certain mons more than likely will not kill me. So I'm in a very, very good spot leading with Haunter, especially because I would also outspeed a potentially Shell Smashed Slugma, so if it tries to smash on me turn 1, I can easily just outspeed it and 2-hit KO it. So we lead with Haunter here, as he's going to lead with his Carvanha in turn 1 right here. I've explained my reasoning for it, and I figured I'd go for it anyway. I do have the Farium Z to click on this Pokemon. If it goes for Protect and it's not Eviolite, it dies. If it doesn't go for Protect, I outspeed, it dies. If it protects and it has the Eviolite, then, you know, it might survive, but I'll still be in a good position to beat it in the long run, because I do have things that can counter it in some way. It'll just cost me like a few differential points. So I go straight for the Farium Z, and he actually doesn't protect at all, and push that fish off the screen. Get him out of here. Haunter already starting off strong. We're going to go ahead and hit that Dazzling Gleam on Machoke, and he goes for the knockoff, and it does not kill. Now, a couple things to note. We find out later that this is in fact a Scarfed Machoke. He does note that he did some math wrong, so maybe he wasn't going to be sure if he would outspeed me. But actually, if he was Jolly Max Speed, he would he speed ties with me, because Jolly Max Speed sits at 106, and tack on the Choice Scarf 1.5 boost, he would go up to 159, which is exactly what I EV'd my Haunter at. So he did actually lose a speed tie there. I want to make note of that, just so people understand. Yeah, but we get the Dazzling Gleam off there and do some massive damage. At this point, I'm not sure what he could be, though. I don't find out that he's Scarfed till later. But I'm just going to swap out. I don't want to take any chances. I'm going to go out into my Krokorok, get the Intimidate off, as he's going to also bounce out to his Slugma. He's going to burn me as I go for the Stealth Rocks, which is fine. I'm just going to go for a knockoff on this turn, because I want to get rid of Eviolites or anything. I get rid of the Expert Belt on this Nidorino, and Earthquake is actually going to be able to take it out, even burned. Like, Krokorok putting in work, Nidorino does nothing. Then he goes out into the Machoke, and this is where I find out that it is in fact a Choice Scarfed Machoke, because of the fact that it did outspeed my Krokorok, who is in fact faster, naturally. So, good to note there. I kind of wanted the 6-0, but it's fine. I'm just going to go out into Staravia and go for the U-turn, pick up the kill on that Machoke. Now I'm going to go out into Haunter and kind of try to put some offensive pressure on him. Bounce back out to Slowpoke now, he's going to go for a Flamethrower. It does nothing to my Slowpoke. I'm just going to go for Scald, hit this thing kind of hard. He reveals that he has both Will-O-Wisp and Toxic, which is really good prep on his part. He's now going to switch out into his Pikachu, which is fine. I'm going to go out into my Floette because it's physically defensive. He's going to go for a knockoff, so he's going to get rid of my Babiri, and for some reason he just decides to go for a Toxic. I'm just going to go for the Moonblast here, kill off his Pikachu, and now the slaughter begins. He goes for the Shell Smash, reveals it's a Mac that definitely got speed investment, but I just go for my Giga Drain and just suck all that HP out of him, which is great. And then now, it's just a matter of clicking Moonblast and killing off the Slugma. So Floette picking up 3 kills in this game, shooting itself up on the kill leaderboard. That's my friend Floette right there, putting in the work. The prep just kind of worked out the way it was supposed to. I I could have re-prepped for this match. There was actually a couple things that I was looking at bringing over others. I'd consider bringing Blitzel to this match as like a full-on hard counter to Pikachu. But that didn't work. But I just decided, like, I had the team prepped before the unplanned transactions had to take place. And, like, once those happened, I was just kind of like, whatevs. Not even worried about it. I wasn't, like, considering none of the mons that I brought this week were ones that I had to drop. So I just kind of decided, fuck it. I'm just going to roll with it. This can be my team. This is fine. Not too worried about it. But, yeah. So, solid game, though. Really, really good game to bring up my differential and stuff, too. Because now I am sitting at 3-2 with, I believe, now a +1 differential. I believe I was sitting at -4 before this game. So now we're back up to the positives as well. We've brought this team all the way out of its hole with a positive record now. It's crazy. This is such a fun league to build for and play for. Oh, this is so much fun. But that'll be it for this game, though. Next week we take on who? Who do we take on? We take on the Memphis. Hold on. Nope, it is the Menlo Magpies, which is kind of ironic because they are actually a coach who took over the original team that we almost took over. So it's going to be very, very interesting to face off against that team. It's kind of ironic that we are the two replacement coaches and we are now facing off. So I'm really, really looking forward to that matchup. It's getting a very interesting team. It's going to be fun to face off against. So if you guys enjoyed this, though, make sure to leave a like down below. And until next time, guys, I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.